Well, hello and welcome to the Mitsuzawa Stadium for Yokohama FC against Vissel Kobe. It's week 22 of the 2023 J-League season, and after a 2-week break, the league is back in action with a classic bottom against top encounter. Both teams desperate for points, but for very different reasons. Yokohama find themselves just a point off the bottom and the sole relegation place this season. They've won just 3 times since their return to the top flight as J2 runners-up, a side who've played some good football at times in this campaign, but who don't score enough and concede far too many. A recipe then for seeming disaster. Vissel Kobe are 13 games from club history and a first Japanese league title, but it is tight at the top and they can ill afford any slip-ups, with defending champions Yokohama F. Marinos just a point behind and Nagoya Grampus only a point further back following their win yesterday over Albirex Niigata. Yokohama FC, a club born out of disgruntled Yokohama Flugel supporters who refuse to accept the merger with Yokohama Marinos, are only playing their 4th top-flight campaign, and only once have they survived more than 1 season, avoiding relegation for the only time in 2020. Well, Vissel Kobe reached an Asian Champions League quarter-final last season, but had an awful domestic campaign that saw them battling relegation themselves for a while before eventually finishing 13th. With no continental distractions this time around, the response and the focus so far has been spot on. With Yokohama F. Marinos travelling to Asian champions Urawa Reds tonight, it could potentially be another opportunity to open a gap at the top, something that Vissel Kobe failed to do fully during their game in hand with Kawasaki Frontale during the break in their last league game. A match that ended in a draw, and that gives them their current 1-point lead at the top. th appearance for Shoito, a former Japanese under-20 international, the 35-year-old receiving the applause around this stadium. He joined the club in 2021 from Kashima Antlers. Today will actually be his 252nd top-flight appearance. It's the 4th meeting between these two sides this season, having been drawn in the same J-League Cup group. Vissel Kobe won 3-0 in the reverse league fixture back in May, and 1-0 here in the League Cup meeting, but Yokohama FC did win the dead rubber in the League Cup group stage, with both teams already out of contention, winning 3-1 in Kobe. Yokohama make 3 changes from the 11 that started the draw in Hiroshima last time out, with Kengo Nagai making his first league appearance in goal since March. Boniface and Duka comes into the back 3 for Kyohei Yoshino. Veteran Takuya Wada returns to the centre of midfield in place of Yuri Lara. The Brazilian Shion Inui played AFC Champions League for Vissel Kobe before joining Yokohama for the start of this season. Yoya Yamashita scored 2 goals in that 3-1 League Cup win in Kobe for Yokohama FC. Hayato Shimizu, 49-year-old referee, the man in charge of this one, taking charge of his 13th J1 match this season. And there are your 2 VAR officials. Nanazae Ino starts at right back in one of 2 changes from the draw with Kawasaki Frontale. The midfield 3 remains unchanged for Vissel Kobe. Well, up front, Koya Yuraki starts ahead of Jean-Patrick, who returns to the subs bench. Yoshinori Muto with 8 goals, and Yuya Osako, the J-League's leading scorer, with 16, are likely to cause Yokohama's leaky defence nightmares this evening. Osako has already plundered 3 goals against Yokohama FC this season, including 2 in the reverse fixture back in May. Yokohama FC have managed just 4 wins and 2 draws in the 15 meetings overall against Vissel Kobe. They've won just 2 of their 7 meetings here, losing 5. Takoyuki Yoshida, 46-year-old coach of Vissel Kobe, took over in June of last year, his 3rd spell at the club, hoping to guide them to the promised land of the J-League title. A club whose only major success came in the Emperor's Cup in 2019. It is all about momentum. They need to keep that momentum going that has seen them win 4 of their last 5. Yuya Osako, the man in your picture there, very much a striker in form. 4 goals in his last 3 games for the Japanese international striker. The 33-year-old who scored just 7 times as Vissel Kobe struggled in the league last season has already registered 16 times. There's his opposite number there, Marcelo Ryan, the centre forward for Yokohama FC, who scored just the once in the league this season. So it's Yokohama FC against Vissel Kobe from the Mitsuzawa Stadium as league football returns to Japan after a 2-week break. We header away by Nduka for Yokohama FC. Immediately on the back foot, Muto in possession for Vissel Kobe. Game in hand that they consistently held over Yokohama F. Marinos, Yokohama's city rivals and Vissel Kobe's main title rivals this season, has now gone. (2-0) down at home to Kawasaki Frontale before Osako scored twice to snatch what could at the end of the season prove to be a crucial point. It is the point by which they currently lead the table. Grampus certainly can't be discounted from the title equation either. Should our Reds upset Yokohama F. Marinos this weekend, and it could well end up being a 4-way race for the title. The added difficulty now of the reorganisation of the Asian club competitions is that there is only 2 spots available via the league now in the Asian Champions League. 3rd place going to the Emperor's Cup winners. Competition that Vissel Kobe still very much involved in, through to the quarter-finals after a midweek win against the cup holders, Ventforet Kofu, the 2nd-tier side who lifted the major domestic cup last season. So a potential double in the offering for Vissel Kobe this season. Ino on the overlap, Muto in possession. Vissel Kobe in the changed white strip. Here is Ino, looking to deliver for Osako in the centre and wins the corner. Nice start to the game from the league leaders. Beaten just 3 times this season, beaten just the once away from home in the league. That was a 2-1 loss at Cerezo Osaka. Won their last 3 away in all competitions since that defeat to Cerezo, including the 4-1 win at Ventforet Kofu in the Emperor's Cup in midweek. Osako on the score sheet again. Corner taken short to Yamaguchi. Swung into the danger zone. It's back out with Yuraki. It's worth an effort. Off target in the end, though. Been largely the first choice on the left wing this season for Vissel Kobe as Koya Yuraki. Although Jean-Patrick has been performing well recently, the Brazilian, and has enjoyed a couple of starts ahead of Yuraki, including the last match in the league against Kawasaki Frontale, but Yuraki back in from the start here. Strong header from Honda. Difference to the start of this campaign and the last from Vissel Kobe has been mightily impressive. Second bottom in the table after 20 games last season, with just 17 points, having won just 4 games. Only one more than Yokohama FC have won at this stage. Shows how much they were struggling. Did recover in the end to finish in a more respectable 13th, but it was a horrible season for a side who began the campaign like this one, expecting to challenge for the title. Andres Iniesta very much a part of that team as well. He's now left the club with his contract coming to an end last month. Chase on for the loose ball, but it's back with Kango Nagai. Played for the opening 5 weeks of the season, hasn't featured in goal in the league since they were beaten 4-1 here by Kyoto Sanga back in March. Sven Brodersen, the German goalkeeper, has been first choice since then, but Nagai is back in and Brodersen on the bench for this one this evening. Header by Sasaki. Osako. Taken down though by Nduka. Nduka leaving a mark early on Osako. The obvious threat for Vissel Kobe this evening. 2 goals in the 3-0 win back in May in the league. Scored the only goal in the 1-0 win here in the League Cup group stage win as well. Here's Yuraki. Difficult to read too much into League Cup meetings. These sides are generally heavily changed. Yuraki did well to get the cross in. Rash with the header away. Good atmosphere being produced by the Yokohama FC supporters. Relatively intimate little stadium. This one holds just over 15,000. Part of a bigger sporting complex though. It's Tula. Searching ball for Sasaki, who like to break out of that midfield 3 and offer support to the forward line. Here's Hatsuze. Towards Muto. Watake. Marcelo Ryan after this one. Scored just 15 goals this season, Yokohama FC. It is one less than Yuya Osako has scored on his own up front for Vissel Kobe. 41 goals conceded as well. Only Shonan Balmare have conceded more than that with 44. Inside, they were just a point above Yokohama FC. Big fight at the top, but it's looking like a three-team scrap to avoid bottom place, the only relegation place to J2 because of the expansion to 20 teams in the top flight next season. Shonan Balmare with 16 points, Yokohama 15, and Kashiwa Reysol on the bottom with 14, so it's mightily close. Every point could prove crucial. Wada winning it back in the midfield for Inui. Marcelo Ryan, not too much time on the ball, and it was taken away by Saito. Here's Sasaki. Saito shifts it on one more. Manduka doesn't think it's a free kick anyway. Didn't get too much of the ball, in fairness. Foul on Muto. Muto, who spent 3 years with Newcastle United in England, 3 years in Germany with Mainz. Just the one goal at Newcastle. 20 and 66 games for Mainz was a much better return. Hatsuze over this for Vissel Kobe. Sasaki on the edge of the penalty area. Swung in by Hatsuze, and the header is just over the top from Sasaki. Lovely delivery from Hatsuze. Sasaki just holding his run from inside the D and timed the jump to perfection before being clattered by Nagai. He's weighed in with 4 goals this season, Sasaki, including one in the 3-0 reverse fixture against Yokohama back in March. A really good season. Who's come through the ranks at Vissel Kobe. His 88th top flight appearance for them, and only scored twice prior to the start of this campaign, so you can see the improvement. Yamaguchi. Muto. Saito. It's the cross in, the header away by Yamane. Pressure immediately applied by Hatsuze. Here's Yamane again. Vissel Kobe seeing plenty of the ball early on, as to be expected. Hooked on by Wada. Won for 5 games, Yokohama. 3 defeats and 2 draws since back-to-back wins against Vissel Kobe in the League Cup and Iwate Grilla Morioka in the Emperor's Cup. They've actually not won for 7 games, though, in J1. Picking up just 3 points in that run since, again, back-to-back wins against Kashiwa Reysol and a shot win here against Kawasaki Frontale. %70% of the ball for the league leaders, Vissel Kobe, in this opening 12 minutes. No surprise. Despite that heavy possession, Vissel Kobe yet to produce an attempt on target. The closest they've come is Sasaki's header from Hatsuze's free kick. Saito. That's overhit. Second top scorers in the league this season, 2 less than the defending champions Yokohama F. Marinos. 44 to their 42. Sizable support for Vissel Kobe despite the journey involved. 500 kilometers from west to east, just to the outskirts of the capital Tokyo, to Yokohama. 6 hours by car, but 2.5 to 3 hours depending on which train you take. Tough season for him, Marcelo Ryan, 21-year-old Brazilian. Joined the club last year from Brazilian side Bahia. Scored 2 in 9 towards the end of the promotion campaign. Just the one so far this season. Came in a 2-1 loss here to Sagan Tosu in June. He's on target in the League Cup in that win at Vissel Kobe. It's a much changed side. Here's Honda. Now Tula. Ino. Honda. Suze swings the cross in. It's a good delivery, and the head down by Muto. He's off target. Such a good deliverer of the ball with that left foot. Ryo Hatsuze. Angle was always going to be difficult for Muto to score from there, but it was a lovely ball nonetheless. It's kind of delivery that Yuya Osako has been thriving on this season. Tula, 24-year-old Brazilian centre-back who has represented Brazil at under 20 level. Played 24 times for the Rio greats, Flamengo. He was our new substitute in the 2019 Copa Libertadores success that Flamengo enjoyed, becoming champions of South America again. That spawned the likes of Zico and Bebeto, some Brazilian greats over the years. There's a chance here now for Yokohama. Yamashita, he's done really well, and then fired it into the side netting. Wrong decision in the end from Yuya Yamashita. Lovely little touch though, and had the speed to get away from Tula. Pace to spare there, and the composure just to pull it back, but needed to be pulled back to Marcelo Ryan in the centre, or even Ito. Never going to score from there, and Sho Ito's absolutely fuming with Yamashita. It's little decisions like that where it really matters that can prove so costly. But a positive sign for Yokohama FC that they have the pace in their ranks and the ability to open up Vissel Kobe's rearguard. Conceded 17 times this season, which is the same as the Asian champions Arao Reds, joint best defensive record in J1. And Duka. Took the best ball back to Nagai, but he dealt with it well. Good solid connection on a bobbling back pass. 52%. The domination is growing even more from Vissel Kobe. Osako hasn't really got going yet. The Vissel Kobe centre forwards. Inui. Bit of space again here for Yamashita. We've seen is a decent runner with the ball. Swung out towards Yamane. He couldn't control. Appreciates the vision of Yamashita. Former Tokyo Verdy midfielder Yamashita, 15 goals and 79 appearances for the side who play not too far away here from Yokohama. It's a regular feature in the promotion campaign last season. Yamashita. Mostly from the bench, 13 starts in 41 appearances. This is his 13th start of this season in the top flight. Tula. Osako's header on. Yamane happy to see it behind for a goal kick. Dominating the game, setting the tempo, plenty of possession. Yokohama FC so far not overly troubled in the opening 18.5 minutes. They're a club that feels sometimes their performances haven't yielded the results that they deserve. Just 3 wins from 21 games. Osako, Sasaki. Will never have a better chance of avoiding top flight relegation for only the second time. Just one team to go down. It's going to be a lot tougher to stay up next season. Hatsuze. Sasaki. Hatsuze to Honda. Now Ino. Yamaguchi. Throw. Passionate always, support always passionate from the Yokohama FC fans. Club, as I say, born from the ashes of Yokohama Flugels, which is why the Phoenix is represented on the club's badge. Hatsuze. Saito. Tula. Now Yuraki. Flag up for offside. It's going to be difficult for supporters to accept that their club will just simply become the F in their city rivals club name. Which is where the F comes from Yokohama Flugels and Yokohama F Marinos, of course, the more successful club, the reigning champions of Japan. Yokohama FC playing top flight football. It's become something of an up and down existence. First promoted in 2007, relegated after 1 season, then 12 years in J2. Promoted again in 2019 when they survived for 2 seasons. And then returning after just 1 campaign in J2 last season to the top flight. In a very real danger of going down again. Yamane's throw. Touch off by Ryan. Swung in by Yamane, too close for Tula though, who heads it away only as far as Wada. Inui. There's Inui again. It's opened up for the shot. Oh, what a goal! Fabulous hit from Shion Inui. And Yokohama FC lead against the league leaders. Well, that really was a bolt from the blue, wasn't it? Vissel Kobe have utterly dominated the ball. But that is a fabulous hit from Shion Inui. And it is Yokohama FC, the side who have scored the least goals in J1 this season, the side second bottom in the table, who take the lead against the league leaders. Couldn't have struck that any better. They sat off, they invited him to shoot. And Inui said thank you very much. And Vissel Kobe, as they did against Kawasaki Frontale last time out, find themselves on the back foot and behind again. Just 21% possession of the football. But it's what you do with it that counts. And that is a fabulous goal from Shion Inui. And wouldn't you just know, it is always the way, isn't it? The former Vissel Kobe player scoring against his club. Didn't score in 29 league appearances for Vissel Kobe, but he scored against them now. A player who featured 4 times for them in their run to the quarterfinals of the Champions League last season, scored in that competition. What a moment, personally, for Shion Inui. A delight for the Yokohama FC supporters. Well, it's not too often that Yokohama F Marinos supporters will be cheering a Yokohama FC goal, but you can guarantee they'll have celebrated this one. What a strike that is, when you see it from that angle as well. It's the second goal this season, and it could be something of an omen. The first goal was back in May, when Yokohama FC beat Kawasaki Frontale, the side who have been champions 4 times in the last 6 seasons. That was an unexpected victory. Could Yokohama FC be producing another here? Long way to go. But the league leaders behind again. Yuya Osako has been nullified so far in the Vissel Kobe attack. Player who hasn't been able to stop scoring recently. It's well gathered by Maikawa. Here's Tula. Honda. Header away by Nkuda. Uraki wins the corner. They won't panic just yet, Vissel Kobe. It's the 3rd successive league match in which they've fallen behind. They were a goal down at home to Sagan Tozu before turning it around to win 2-1, 2-0 down at home to Kawasaki Frontale last time out, also at home, before drawing 2-2. Second corner of the game for the visitors. Yokohama yet to win one. It's not dampened their spirits any, the travelling Vissel Kobe supporters. Short corner, back to Uraki. Delivers it out towards Yamaguchi, who hit it well enough, but off target. Nothing will change in terms of the pattern of the game after that Shion Inui goal. Vissel Kobe will continue to see more of the ball, continue to create chances. That wasn't too far away. That would have been even more spectacular than Inui's opener had that found the corner from Yamaguchi. 48 caps for Japan, the 32-year-olds. He's had 3 goals so far this season, the last of them coming in Vissel Kobe's last defeat, the 2-1 loss at Cerezo Osaka. It is an annoying habit to get into, though, from Takayuki Yoshida's point of view, the coach of Vissel Kobe, to continually have to come from behind. Osako. Space for Muto. Ino has gone charging ahead of him. Muto goes alone! And did Nagai get a hand to that? He did, it's a corner. Positive play from Yoshinori Muto. It's a good save from Kengo Nagai. He was heading towards the corner before his fingertips just pushed it round the post. His last 2 appearances have both been in the Louvain J-League Cup. Nagai for Yokohama. His first league appearance since March. That was a decent save. Hatsuze with the outswing. Oh, the header down from Sasaki. He had more time than he realised then. It ended up being a glancing header, which was a comfortable gather for Nagai. Goalkeeper is actually on loan from Shimizu S-Pulse. Side currently in J2. That was out of play. Assistant didn't flag though. Play continues. Saito, Sasaki. Saito continues the run forwards. Comfortably read though by Iwatake. Another corner for Vissel Kobe, the 4th of this opening half an hour. In a match, let's be honest, they've utterly dominated, but find themselves behind again. 3rd successive league game in which they've conceded first. Muto going the closest to scoring for them, forcing that save from Nagai. Osako trying to find a bit of space for himself. Hatsuze with the outswinger towards Osako. Crucial challenge from Nduka. Hatsuze feeds it back in. Oh, Yamaguchi. Maikawa. Yuraki. So it's now for Sasaki to drill it across. Cleared away by Iwatake. Here's Hatsuze. They just can't get out at the moment, Yokohama. The pressure building from Vissel Kobe. Saito. Now Hatsuze. Sasaki. Yokohama continuing with the plan. Bodies behind the ball allow Vissel Kobe to have it in front of them. Here's Tula. Mashita trying to close him down. Plays it into Ino, who was forward. Shot away, not by Wada. Sasaki. Now Saito. Hatsuze. Osako wins another corner. Pressure really building here now from Vissel Kobe to try and find an equaliser before half-time. Dominating in every statistic really in this first half, including the corner count, except the one that matters most. Tula and Honda both in there. Another outswinger from Hatsuze. His header, not a particularly good one. And Yamashita was very nearly onto it, and he would have taken some catching had he got control of the ball. Yuriki. Header on by Osako, away by MEIJI. Brave block by Saito. Ball struck at him from point blank. He's played his part as well. Kengo Nagai with that fine save from Yoshinori Muto. Hatsuze's header. Magachi back to Maikawa. So Kobe can build again. Yuriki. Really intriguing contest this. Vissel Kobe utterly dominant. Find themselves behind. They've won on their last two visits here without conceding, 1-0 and 2-0. Yokohama FC's last win, a 2-1 victory back in November of 2020. Here's Honda. One of only 2 meetings in 7 here against Vissel Kobe. We've won 5 of them. Saito. Ino. Wasted no time in getting that ball into the box, but too close to Kengo Nagai. Yuya Osako and his eye for goal and his aerial ability as well in the centre, they can afford to get the ball wide and deliver early for him. Saito, Ino. Osako's header. Vissel Kobe, by the way, are 7 unbeaten in all competitions since the 3-1 loss at home to Yokohama FC in the League Cup group stage. Different team, there wasn't effectively a lot on the game as both teams pretty much unable to qualify for the quarterfinals of the Levain Cup. Here's Inui. Saito. Some would describe that Yokohama win as a somewhat hollow victory, but a victory it was nonetheless. This would be anything but hollow, though, if they can hold on to this. 5 unbeaten in the league leaders. 3 wins and a draw since a 2-1 loss at Cerezo Osaka. Their only away defeat of the season. Here's Muto. Now Tula. It's also their only defeat in their last 12 in the J-League, that loss at Cerezo. They've had to fight for it at times, as they did against Kawasaki Frontale and Sagan Tosu. And as they're having to do so here, but they are getting results. Vissel Kobe. Saito. Honda. Likely to be many twists and turns from now to the end of the season. It's 12 games will remain after today. Such a tight division with all the teams capable of beating one another. Osako. Should be an enthralling title race right to the end. Yamaguchi. Again. Watake stepping in. No foul, says the referee. Osako. And into the goal scorer, Shionanui. Now Yamashita. Tula backing off, he knows Yamashita has the pace on him. Here's Marcelo Ryan, fires it across! And Sho Ito, a matter of inches away from doubling the lead for Yokohama. Lovely swift counter-attack again, born out of the pace and the fear of it of Yoya Yamashita. You can see Tula there. Didn't want anything to do with a foot race with Yamashita, backed off. And then Ryan with the delivery towards Ito. Saito. Muto. We've certainly seen examples in this first half of the kind of football that Yokohama FC can produce. Can be an effective attacking unit. Just defensively and in front of goal, they've let themselves down too often this season. There's Hatsuze. Saito. Tula. Honda to Hatsuze. Sasaki. Saito. Yuriki. Yamaguchi. Space now for Tula. Towards Muto. He got there ahead of Nduka, but his first touch let him down. Could be a busy second half coming up for Kengo Nagai. 6 minutes to survive until half-time. Yokohama FC, side second bottom, ahead against the league leaders, thanks to Shion Inui's wonderful goal against the club he played for last season. Tula. Sasaki. Moves the cross in, and it's off the crossbar from Osako. Well, Muto went close, forcing Nagai into a save, but that is as close as Vissel Kobe have been to finding the back of the net. They won't want to afford him too many more chances like that. It's the first sight that the J-League's top scorer has had of the Yokohama goal, but unable to convert on this occasion. Fabulous run of goals. Scored in each of his last 3 games, 4 goals in all against Ventforet Kofu, Kawasaki and Sagan Tozu. His 6 goals in his last 7 games in all. He failed to score in 2 of those. Very much a man in form and with an eye for goal, Yuya Osako. Inches away from registering in a 4th successive game in all competitions, on target in midweek in the 4-1 win against Ventforet Kofu, who's left on the bench for the start of that game in the cup against the J2 club, but the cup holders nonetheless, before coming off the bench and scoring with 12 minutes to go. Shuhei Yamada will be delighted with the way his team set about this first half. They've clearly stuck to the game plan, haven't been overly adventurous, but when the counter-attacking opportunities have presented themselves, they've certainly looked dangerous. You consider Yamashita when he broke through but made the wrong decision, firing into the side netting, the goal by Inui. And then the most recent counter, again involving Yamashita and his delivery, inches away from Sho Ito, making it 2-0. Vissel Kobe have dominated the ball, but in terms of gilt-edged chances, there's not been much in it. Mateusz Moraes with the free kick. Put down by Ito. Wada. Iwatake. Ito. The challenge of Saito. Yamashita. Hayashi. It's a goal kick. To half-time. Yokohama 1, Vissel Kobe 0. Too much on that for Yuriki. Good work from Muto. Well, they're leading the home side, but haven't won so much. As a corner, scored with their only shot on target. Towards Marcelo Ryan. Ito wins the free kick. Not normally the case for Yokohama FC, but it's been the ultimate in first half attacking efficiency, hasn't it? One shot, one goal. They won't care. Far too little success to enjoy or sing about this season. Already out of the two cup competitions. Finished third in their group of the League Cup. Knocked out by fourth tier Kochi United in the third round of the Emperor's Cup. And just 3 wins in the league so far this season. How they loved their first ever win, though, against Kawasaki Frontale. And now they're on course to beat the league leaders. And what a dent this would be, an unexpected dent in Vissel Kobe's title hopes. A side who have never finished higher than third in the top flight. That was achieved in 2021, which saw them qualify for the Champions League. It's a club with plenty of money and plenty of ambition. So far, the ambition hasn't been matched on the field. Here's Inui. Showing plenty of promise this season. Yamane with the delivery in. Space here for Wada. Trying to pick somebody out and could only pick out the hands of Daigo Maikawa. 3 minutes added on at the end of this first half that has flown by. It's been a game played at a good tempo. A really intriguing clash of tactics between the two sides as well. Boniface Nduka has certainly had a battling first half. The player who joined from Tokyo Verdy in the off-season. Never been capped internationally, Boniface Nduka, but he was eligible for Japan, where he was born, has a Japanese mother, and Nigeria through his Nigerian father. Footballing family, his brother Charles plays in the third tier for FC Gifu. Sasaki. Muto. Now Yamaguchi. Yuriki. Mitsuzawa onto Sasaki again. Final minute of what's been a really frustrating first half for Vissel Kobe. Half in which they've dominated and a half in which they have created chances. Not as much as the possession suggests they should have done, but Muto went close, Osako hit the bar. Sasaki headed over. Here's Ryan. Held up by Honda. Ryan's done well. Too many white shirts in the way though, and Hatsuze clears it away. Still Yokohama giving Vissel Kobe plenty to think about defensively when they do actually get the ball. Are up. Vissel Kobe blew the opportunity to go well clear at the top when they drew with Kawasaki Frontale. Are they blowing an opportunity again here? They find themselves a goal down to second bottom Yokohama FC, having dominated the opening 45 minutes in terms of possession of the ball. They've had chances as well. They've hit the bar and forced a good save from Nagai. But it's a player they allowed to leave in the off-season, Shion Inui, who has returned to haunt them with the only goal on 23 minutes. It's Yokohama 1, Vissel Kobe 0 at half-time. Welcome back to the Mitsuzawa Stadium, where Vissel Kobe, the J1 leaders, have work to do. Trailing to Yokohama FC, the side's second bottom in the league, by a goal to nil. Yokohama 45 minutes away from just their fourth league win of the season. What a massive win it would be. Wonderful goal from Shion Inui, the former Vissel Kobe player, midway through the first half, separating the sides. So Yokohama FC against Vissel Kobe in the Mitsuzawa Stadium. A warm evening, 29 degrees centigrade. But an evening that could ultimately prove costly for Vissel Kobe in their pursuit of becoming Japanese champions for the very first time in the club's history. Hoping very much to follow in the footsteps of Kawasaki Frontale, a side who before 2017 had never won a major honour. Since won 4 J-League titles, the Emperor's Cup and the League Cup. Vissel Kobe's only major honour, the Emperor's Cup win of 2019. Expected to be the platform from which they would go on and achieve greater successes. It hasn't happened. Very much in line for that first league title this season. Remember, they've never finished in the top 2. For the third successive league game in a row, Vissel Kobe have to come from behind. Launched by Maikawa. You would imagine Takayuki Yoshida at half-time would have been just carry on what you're doing, but find that cutting edge. Comfortably in control of the game in that first half. Yokohama have looked a threat when they've countered. Yamada, 50-year-old who took over in December of 2021 and immediately led them back to J1. On by Muto towards Osako. And he clipped it into the kind of area that he would be operating in himself normally. Single-handedly pulled the game round against Kawasaki Frontale with 2 goals in a matter of minutes. Such a 2-2 draw from a game they seem destined for defeat. Those 2 previous games in which they fell behind and turned around were both at home, so they've got to do it on the road here. Taking a whack to the ear. He's been a real thorn in the side of Vissel Kobe in the first half. Yoya Yamashita with his pace. You can see the Vissel Kobe backline clearly fear it, especially Tula, who's been skinned a couple of times by the midfielder. Nui with the ball in. Yokohama FC finally have a corner. So leaving it for Inui. Solo Ryan trying to find himself a bit of space. Nui, there's 6 in there for Yokohama. All the way through here to Marcelo Ryan, who gets the shot away, and then the little flick by Iwatake, who was in there, the Yokohama captain. Just too high for Mirai, she was forward. Plenty of time to pick his spot, Marcelo Ryan. A lot of bodies to get through though, so in the end just rather lashed it goalwards, and it was rather a wild effort in the end. Iwatake unable to turn it in. To Nagai. They've kept clean sheets in their last 2 games here. Yokohama FC in goalless draws against Urawa Reds and Gamba Osaka. All the way through there for Ino. So signs that they are beginning to get it together defensively, at least here. They haven't won in 3 games, including the 2-1 loss to Sagan Tosu, since winning 2 in a row against Albirex Niigata and that win against Kawasaki Frontale in May. So only 2 wins here this season. They've drawn 3 and lost 6 of the other 9. This really would be a significant win. The Vissel Kobe supporters, though, behind the goal, which their side are attacking now. Out swinging cross. It's out of play before Yuriki could keep it in from Sasaki's header. Do have options to shake up the forward line. Vissel Kobe and Brazilian Jean Patrice among the substitutes. Muto and Osako, though, 24 goals between them this season. Ito. Osako. Now Wada. Well covered by Yamaguchi. Here's Inui. Yamane. Wada make the break forward. Yamane with the touch back to Iwatake. Here's Nagai. The throw for Vissel Kobe. Plenty of noise from the Vissel Kobe supporters. They're well represented in that end to the right of your screen. case with away supporters, extremely rowdy, doing their utmost to get their team back into this. Hatsuze, Ito, Watake, and Duka. A really good first half, the central player of the back three for Yokohama. Hayashi to Yamashita. Yamaguchi. There's Muto. Yamaguchi. Sasaki. Saito just sat in behind them. Sasaki finding Honda instead, and now Hatsuze. From Yuriki. Again, keeping the ball, Vissel Kobe, but a lot of this play has been in front of the Yokohama rear guard. More than happy to allow Vissel Kobe to have possession and just get bodies between the ball and their own penalty area. Saito. Pattern of the game has remained the same since minute 1. Here's Tula. Osako with the delivery in. And the touch back to the goalkeeper by Yamane, who just got his toe to it. At times towards the end of the first half, the defending was getting more and more desperate from Yokohama. I imagine that will be the case in the second half now. Vissel Kobe know what they have to do. There's a weekend in which on paper the fixtures favour them, with F. Marinos travelling to Arao Reds, the Asian Champions League winners. It's always going to be a tough fixture. Vissel Kobe facing the side second bottom. Sasaki. If this remains like this, there is a chance the weekend could finish with Vissel Kobe off the top of the table. Saito's delivery and Duka's header away. Tula. Now Honda. It's easily gathered by Nagai. Vissel Kobe have lost just once away from home in the league this season. They have played less away games than anyone else. This is only their 10th away game of the campaign. Here's Saito. Just the way the fixtures have panned out, of course, it will all be even come the end of the season. Hatsuze, now Saito. Yamaguchi. Osako. Spotted the run of Nanaze Ino. Well defended again by Yokohama. Here's Yamashita. Taken down by Tula. And he receives the first yellow card of the game. There is an element of panic with Mateus Tula every time Yo-Yo Yamashita gets the ball. He knows if he lets him turn and face up against him, he's in trouble. Tula just cannot deal with the pace of Yamashita, who has yards to burn against the Brazilian. I've seen him stand off and then this time go in early, but a rash challenge that has earned him a yellow card. Takayuki Yoshida with a puzzle to solve here for Vissel Kobe. At the moment, heading for their 4th defeat of the season. Hatsuze. And only their 2nd loss in 13 it would be. Saito. Sasaki out to Muto. Swings the cross in towards Osako, headed behind by Owatake. That's another Vissel Kobe corner. Muto and Osako have been a threat, but as of yet haven't found a way through. Yuriki has been the quieter of the front three. 7th corner for the visiting side. Delivery again from Hatsuze, but Yokohama winning the aerial battle. Here's Tula. To swing the cross in, much too much pace on it. And not enough bend. Goal kick for Yokohama, who repel the latest Vissel Kobe attack. Well, they've got a trip to Kawasaki Frontale to come next weekend, the side who they've just drawn 2-2 with. That was their game in hand that was played during the break for the rest of the league. But then they do have a relatively favourable run of games, Vissel Kobe. Look at that, 10 shots to 3, 70% to 30, 7 corners to 1, 417 passes to 133, and yet they trail by a goal to 0. Here's a chance now though, Yamaguchi with the touchback to Osako. But once again, when it matters, when it's the last line of defence, Yokohama find a way to get the ball clear. A mistake from MEIJI. Katsuya Owatake coming across and making up for it. The Yokohama captain. Ino. Can't afford to get frustrated, Vissel Kobe. They need to keep what they've been doing all season. Saito. Honda. Now Hatsuze. Not too much ahead of him. Switches to the right foot and delivers the cross in, showing he's more than capable with both feet. Ryo Hatsuze. Hayashi. Tula stabs it away. Inui to Nduka. Ito. Yokohama have seen more of the ball since half-time. Oh, goodness me. Michael just about grabbing that. It's Hatsuze. Sasaki with the head on, but gathered by Nagai. So Yokohama growing in confidence. Most of those statistics you saw in that last graphic, taking in the whole of the game rather than just the second half, where it has been much more even. So Kobe, though, clearly with the better quality of the two sides. Remain hopeful. First change of the second half, and I don't think it's any surprise really. Koya Yuriki has again struggled to perform from the start. And his battle with Jean-Patrice for that starting role on the left-hand side of the attack continues, with the Brazilian coming on to replace him. There's a corner. He didn't seem sure, did he, the assistant on the far side? He was looking to the referee for help there. Certainly wasn't a positive pointing of the flag for the corner. Corner it is for Yokohama FC. Shion Inui to deliver. Both the corners they've earned in this game have come in this second half. Bonifaz and Duka forwards, Moraes in there, Awatake. Solo Ryan could be a threat in the air as well. High delivery towards Ryan. Mitsuzawa with the header out, but the whistle's gone. Free kick to Vissel Kobe in the end. Marcelo Ryan will make way now for Keijiro Ogawa. 31-year-old coming on for the 12th time this season. He's yet to score, and a former Vissel Kobe player who joined in 2021. Scored 45 goals in 228 appearances for Vissel Kobe. Ogawa. Well, one former Vissel Kobe player has already scored against them today. And another one help himself to a goal. It's Ino. Interesting to see how they reorganise Yokohama. Ogawa more of a wide player than a central striker. Shuito, the player likely to push forward to the centre forward position. It looks so that is the case. Ogawa going in behind with Yamashita, and Ito will now lead the line. So they've gone in this game from a centre forward who scored just once this season to Ito, who's yet to score. Now 25 minutes away from what would be a massive 3 points. And there's a chance now with Yamashita, who's got in behind, and it's 2-0! Yoya Yamashita using his pace again to outstrip the Vissel Kobe defence. And the league leaders find themselves 2-0 down for the second league game in a row. Yoya Yamashita, they just haven't been able to deal with his pace and movement. And now he has punished the league leaders by doubling the advantage for Yokohama FC. Well, Tula getting the bounce of the ball all wrong. And once Yamashita was onto it, he knew he was in trouble. Second goal of the season for Yamashita in J1. And would you believe it, it is the same two goal scorers that scored in the 2-1 win against Kawasaki Frontale here. Their biggest win of the season. Their first ever win against Kawasaki Frontale, and the last league game they won. It is Inui and Yamashita again on target. If that's not an omen to go on and pick up the 3 points, then nothing is. But as they were against Kawasaki Frontale last time out, Vissel Kobe are 2-0 down. And what a significant weekend this could well be in the title race, depending how Yokohama F. Marinos get on at Urawa Reds. What a boost for they though, and Nagoya Grampus the sides closest to chasing Vissel Kobe. You can't yet write off Urawa Reds either, buoyed by that recent Champions League win. Here's Muto. Once again, Yokohama FC showing, despite the results, despite the goals for and the goals against column, that they probably do have enough, you know, to survive for a second season in the top flight. Tula's header away. Here's Yamashita. Hayashi. Yamashita. Wada. Now MEIJI. Stadium absolutely rocking now. In the way that this is a boost for those sides chasing Vissel Kobe. What a blow for those around Yokohama, the likes of Shonan Bellmare and Kashiwa Reysol in particular. They certainly wouldn't have expecting to see another 3 points in the column for Yokohama in this match against the league leaders. That was the goal that started it all from Shion Inui. Here's the second goal. Got in a real tangle, didn't they? Ino and Tula. Yamashita finding the gap between them and then keeping his cool just to slot in the second. Wins in 15 previous meetings in all competitions for Yokohama against Vissel Kobe. 2-1 victory in November of 2020 here. Last time they beat them in J1. Remember that? Winning the League Cup group stage was something of a dead rubber this season. Much changed teams, but this is a mightily more significant win, if it is to be that. 20 minutes to go. They lead 2-0. We've seen Vissel Kobe, though, pull it out of the fire already this season. Most notably, a 2-2 draw with Kawasaki Frontale, which was effectively their game in hand to send them a point clear. Here's Honda. This is a real test now of Vissel Kobe's title mettle. By Jean-Patrick. Sasaki. Possession almost given away, but Tula won it back. Saito. Hatsuze. Swings the cross in, too high for Muto. What a performance from his side, Shuhei Yamada. Side who had scored the least goals and conceded the second most in the division prior to today. And on for their second significant win of the season, having beaten Kawasaki Frontale for the first time in their history. On course now to beat the league leaders, Vissel Kobe. To Hatsuze. Ino. Towards Jean-Patrick. Saito. They're full of it now. Yokohama FC to work so hard for this lead. Osako finds a bit of space. Top scorer in J1 this season has been kept quiet so far. Jean-Patrick. Muto's header. It's the wrong decision. He went for goal and Yamagachi was right by him in space. A little nod down. And that may well have been one back. Look at the space here Yamagachi has. If Muto just nods it down to him. This would be Yokohama FC's only second ever top flight win against Vissel Kobe. Their other victories came against them in the second tier in league football. Ito makes the run. Here's the dangerous Yamashita again. It's an interesting position he plays, tucked in behind the central striker. You expect a player with his pace normally to be an out-and-out winger. Can drift wide and do that, but he's so effective with his pace through the middle. And has given Tula and Honda nightmares. None more so than when he popped up to score the second goal. Hatsuze. Hatsuze again. Tula. Saito. Sasaki. Mitsuzawa again managing to dig out the cross, but it's deflected behind for a corner. Remarkable similarities to the win against Kawasaki Frontale. A first half goal from Inoue, second half goal from Yamashita, putting them 2-0 up before they conceded a goal. Later on, Lincoln on for Sasaki. It's an attacking move. Sasaki can offer goals from midfield, but Lincoln is an out-and-out attacking player, the Brazilian. He's on for only the 5th time this season. He's yet to score in the league, but has 4 goals in the cup competitions. Cross in, Osaka's header. As though it's going to be more of a 4-4-2 now for Vissel Kobe. Always on the stretch, Lincoln. And the ball off the top of the head from Osako, rather. Quarter of an hour to go then. What a dent this will be in the title hopes of Vissel Kobe. Touched off by Lincoln towards Jean-Patrick. Just a cross in behind everybody though. There's Muto. Frantic now. Yamaguchi from Vissel Kobe. Hatsuze. Jean-Patrick. It's a poor ball back from Yamaguchi. Gathered by Nagai. Well, they could keep a 3rd successive clean sheet at home. Yokohama FC. Previous 2 here, 0-0 draws against Urawa Reds, and a much improved Gamba, who have pulled themselves away from the relegation dogfight. Could be in behind again. Ito, or is he taken down by Tula? Penalty. Well, it did look a rash challenge from Honda. He's suggesting that the referee takes a look at VAR. He's dangled a foot out, which is always dangerous. I'm not sure there was too much contact when you look at that. Ito has gone down looking for it. And I wonder if there will be a word in the ear. When you dangle a leg out like that, though, you're always asking for trouble. And Ito took full advantage of it. But you could see why Tula was asking the video call question of the referee, Hayato Shimazu. And that's just launched forward by Nagai. Flick on from Ito. It's Ogawa, actually, the substitute, I do apologise, who went down under the challenge of Ogawa. The ball is on the penalty spot. So is over it. Sniffing the opportunity here for a first goal of the season for the 35-year-olds. It's going to stand. Ito, who's missed one and scored two of his last three penalties. He's been on target in the League Cup this season. And it's saved! Ito on the follow-up, goes down again. And there's appeals for another penalty here. Well, Michael are guessing right and making the save. And Sho Ito suggesting that he was fouled as he followed in. It's a really good block. Nah, there's no foul there. He's just lost his footing. It's a good save from Daya Maikawa, strong hand. And that would have been game over. Still a long way back from here. But how significant will that save be? They are checking the follow-in from Ito, but from that angle we saw just then, it looked as though he more fell over his own feet. Well, there's the slightest touch on the hip, but for me that's not a penalty. Full speed, it looked as though it might have been, but when you see the replay, he looks like he's more tripped over himself there, Ito. Quite rightly, no foul. Double change. Goal scorer Inui is off. And Kondo and Mita on. So a double change. For Yokohama. Gihara on as well for Vissel Kobe. Header. So chasing that one. 9 minutes to produce something special here. Vissel Kobe. Izumu also on. Tula. Gihara with the free kick for Vissel Kobe. Just his second appearance of the season, Gihara. To go, header down towards Osako. Now Muto trying to turn away from MEIJI. So for Yokohama, nothing going for Vissel Kobe. I think the disappointment really is they didn't really build on that first half performance, despite the fact they were a goal down. They were utterly dominating Vissel Kobe. Second half hasn't been the same though. Yokohama have been much better. As in the first half, have taken their big chance, but has fallen their way. They lead, should have been 3. And so with the missed penalty, which would have certainly put the game to bed. They're almost there anyway, with 7 minutes plus stoppages to go. Here's Lincoln. Trying to force a way through, but well defended by Hayashi. Mitsuzawa. Ogihara. Shifted on one more. There's plenty of white shirts in the centre, blocked away by Awatake. Now Hatsuze. The whistle has gone. Vissel Kobe free kick. Time is not their friend here. Ogihara. Honda on to Hatsuze. Ogihara. Tula. 72% of the game overall, Vissel Kobe, but just 63 second half, so their dominance has dropped since half time. It's whipped in towards the far post. Nagai happy to see that one off target. Unlike in the game against Kawasaki Frontale, they haven't conceded. That goal came with 20 minutes to go. It made it a difficult ending to the game to hold on to the 3 points. This has been surprisingly much more comfortable against the in-form league leaders, who, remember, arrived here with just 1 defeat in their last 12 in the league. Just 1 defeat away from home all season in the league. And a point lead at the top of the table. Time will tell when they hear the final score of Arawa Edge Yokohama F Marinos. Will they know whether they remain top of the league or not? Game kicking off later than this one. Here's Tula. He was looked pretty solid at the back this season for Vissel Kobe, but not this evening. A really difficult time against the pace of Yamashita. Trich trying to find a way through. Ogihara. Now Honda. Fell out again to Hatsuze, had Izumi ahead of him, the player who had that effort just a couple of moments ago for Vissel Kobe. Honda. 10 minutes big chance switching to 3 at the back to get an extra body forward, but it hasn't really helped them against a Yokohama side who have improved immeasurably defensively. Oh, Yamashita. Hayashi on the outside, this is Mita. Yamashita. Now Mita, the substitute. Appearance this season for Mita, former FC Tokyo player who joined for the start of this season. Here's Izumi, picked up by Wada. Kondo gets it away. Good for Ito. Here's Hatsuze. On by Jean-Patrick, too high for Osako. Looks as though his scoring run is coming to an end after scoring in 3 successive matches. Vissel Kobe really have been stopped in their tracks here. Osako on his charge to be the top scorer this season, and Vissel Kobe to land their first Japanese title. Never been champions in the amateur or professional eras. Muto. So it's not necessarily terminal, this defeat, in terms of those title hopes, but it's certainly 3 points that were expected that have gotten away. Yamashita. Such an exciting player when he's on form. Takuya Yamashita. 2 goals against Vissel Kobe in the League Cup win, and on target again here. Much more significantly in this league game, and his shift is over. Scorer of the second goal makes way. Look where he started his run and found the gap in between the 2 defenders. What a neat finish. Seen him finish like that before, low and under the goalkeeper. And he's replaced by Kazuma Takai. Foot in by Mita. Now Ogawa, who won the penalty. Really should have made it 3-0, but Maikawa producing a fine save from Shoito, who's scored 2 and missed 2 now of his last 4 penalties. Hatsuze. Solid run again from Izumi, who's been lively since coming on. Tula. 4 minutes of the 5 to be added on remaining. Hatsuze. Izumi. Breakthrough campaign for Toya Izumi. His 8th appearance this season and for the club in the league. Made his debut in a 3-1 win at Contadole Sapporo on week 2 of the season as a 69th minute sub. Scored his first goal in the 1-0 win at Sagan Tosu the following month. Jean-Patrick. He and Yuriki battling for that starting spot on the left, but I'll tell you what, Toya Izumi has done enough since coming on to suggest that he could be in that battle as well for the remainder of the season. Well, we shouldn't be surprised really by any result. The J-League is so open this season, but I don't think too many expected this. He certainly didn't. Takayuki Yoshida, the Vissel Kobe coach. It'll be just 1 point from the last 2 games from Vissel Kobe, if you include the game in hand, the 2-2 draw with Kawasaki Frontale. 5 points dropped in such a tight title race. Here's Hatsuze. Here's Tula. So if the Urawa Reds were to beat Yokohama F. Marinos, they would certainly be right in the question as well. Header from Izumi, but off target, always a difficult one to try and get on target. He's done really well since coming on though. 22-year-olds. Forgettable afternoon though. The likes of Muto and Osako have been kept quiet. Shuhei Yamada and these Yokohama FC supporters will have seen enough here, as they did against Kawasaki Frontale, to suggest that they can avoid bottom spot in this division and the one relegation place. Avoid relegation in the top flight for only the 2nd time. It's opened up here for the strike for Mita. Didn't get hold of it at all well though. There's Hatsuze. Gonna have to press the reset button here, Vissel Kobe, especially bearing in mind next up is a trip to Kawasaki Frontale, a side who have had a desperate season themselves, sort of improved in form up to 7th, runners-up last season, champions 4 times out of the last 6. Here's Hatsuze. At the moment, it is looking like potentially the spell in the season that Vissel Kobe may look back on regretfully at the end of the campaign if they don't finish it on top of the pile. As I was saying, apart from that Kawasaki Frontale match next week though, it is a relatively favourable run of fixtures. Osako. Kashiwa Reiso, FC Tokyo, Kyoto Sanga all to come after that, all teams in the bottom half. For another difficult run against Sanfrecce, Cerezo, and then Yokohama F. Marinos at the end of September, back here in Yokohama. Away anywhere will do, and there is the final whistle. Just a 2nd ever top flight win against Vissel Kobe for Yokohama FC. A 4th win of this season, but just how significant will it be? Inui and Yamashita, the goal scorers, the same goal scorers as when Yokohama last won here, when they beat Kawasaki Frontale for the only time in the club's history. You just wonder how significant this evening will be at both the bottom and the top ends of the league table. A massive blow for Vissel Kobe, who have lost for just the 2nd time in 13 league matches. But off the back of that draw with Kawasaki Frontale, it is just 1 point from their last 2 J-League matches. Yokohama deserved it. It's finished Yokohama FC 2, Vissel Kobe, the league leaders, 0. Will Vissel Kobe remain on top of the table at the end of the day? Remember, Yokohama F. Marinos just a point behind them in action against Urawa Reds, the Asian champions, who will be desperate to win themselves to get themselves back in the title race. And Nagoya Grampus remain just 2 points behind Vissel Kobe after their win yesterday against Albirex Niigata. All smiles though, Yokohama FC. Just a 4th win for them this season, but it will significantly help them avoid finishing bottom of the table, and this could be a big step towards keeping their top flight status. It scored the least goals and conceded the second most before this weekend, but Inui and Yamashita again proving to be the perfect partnership in terms of goals when the big sides come to visit the Mitsuzawa Stadium. Of course, it could have been more. Ito seeing his second half penalty saved by Malkoa. But this is certainly the result of the season. They thought it was going to be the result of the season when they beat Kawasaki Frontale. But beating the league leaders in this manner, you can see the frustration there from Yuya Osako, the J1's leading goal scorer, who sees his run of 4 goals in the last 3 games come to an end here. Yokohama have improved dramatically defensively, though, particularly here. It is now their 3rd successive clean sheet, following the goalless draws here against Urawa Reds and Gamba Osaka. But this time, they found the net at the other end, and Vissel Kobe were unable to find a way through against their rear guard, who really did frustrate Vissel Kobe significantly. They had chances, the league leaders. May have been different had Muto and Osako taken their chances. Sasaki heading over as well, but overall, despite dominating possession, the performance not good enough for potential champions, as it wasn't in truth against Kawasaki Frontale. And you wonder if Vissel Kobe have what it takes to last the pace this season. Time will tell. And let's get some post-match reaction.
Yokohama FC 井上志音選手です。ナイスゴールでした。ありがとうございます。ミドルシュート、勝利を引き寄せました。まず率直な感想をお聞かせください。
いや、今チームがこういう状況なんで、絶対勝ち点3欲しいと思って試合に入ったので、それが達成できて嬉しいです。
得点シーンですけれども、うまく入れ替わって思い切りましたね。
そうですね。入れ替わったところまでは良くて、そこからが僕の課題だったんで、うまく入って良かったです。
今日は古巣が相手ということでしたけれども、